Hello, other strangers. Today is November 8th, 2018. It's official. I got married on Saturday, we had a party on Friday, and we had a get together on Sunday, and we had the wedding on Saturday, and everything just really went without a hitch. We had our dogs there, and they were great. That happened. Also, what happened between now and the last time that I made a video was, the United States elections happened for midterms. I live in Ohio. My governor now is no longer John Kasich. It is now Mike DeWine. And I have some issues with DeWine, and the main issue that I have, at least right now, that I want to talk about is the fact that he's not okay with doing background checks on private sales and sales through gun shows, but he's perfectly, absolutely, 100% okay with arming teachers. Now, I know there's a lot of you out there that are probably like, yeah, arm the teachers, make our kids safe, but I'm looking at this more from a logistics standpoint, because here's the thing, guns are dangerous. We all know that. But I feel like I have to reiterate this because I don't think that we as a country really understand that guns are dangerous. And the reason I say that is because we keep voting in people that really don't do anything about gun violence in this country at all. The statistics are out there. You can look at them. I mean, we are going up in gun violence quite a bit. And in fact, we've just this past week before the elections, we've had several gun incidents. When people are like, yes, let's arm the teachers, my response is no, don't arm the teachers. Because adults are bad enough when they don't bother to make sure that their kids don't have access to guns. But now what you want to do is you want kids to have access to guns at school, where we don't want them to have access to guns at school. On top of that, we don't pay our teachers near enough to have them be carrying a firearm to protect themselves, number one. Number two, why do we want teachers shooting our kids? Because that's what's going to happen. A lot of teenagers, a lot of young people have used firearms in schools. So basically what we're saying is that if somebody comes in with a gun, it is okay for our teachers, who are supposed to be educators, to kill that person, be it a child or an adult. Are we really okay with that? My next point, what happens with accidental injuries or death? Who's paying for that? We are, as a taxpayer. We're going to ultimately pay for that. We are going to have to pay for damages. Where are we storing these firearms? How are they being stored? Are teachers just allowed to come and go as they please with them? What happens if the teacher is fired? How do we make sure that, or quits to go somewhere else? How do we know, what processes are in place to make sure that that firearm that they're taking back and forth, if it's a government issue firearm, is given back? Are we paying for a place to store said firearms in the schools? Well, if we're doing that and we're storing them in the school, well, how easily accessible is it for the teachers? Also, how not accessible is it for the students? Because they shouldn't have access to them at all. If you want to arm teachers, well, let's have an honest discussion about it, and let's talk about the issues. I don't think that we're having that conversation. I think that, we're seeing a problem, and our first gut-wrenching response is, let's fix it by arming teachers, and I don't think that's okay. You can have security guards, but, as evidence shows, that's not always going to be effective. I think we're getting to the point now where we're going to have to start having a really honest, hard conversation about this, because it's getting worse. It's not getting better, and thoughts and prayers aren't going to solve this problem. Thoughts and prayers do nothing to solve this problem. We need actual leaders in office that are going to do something. I have to admit that seeing his record on, not wanting background checks, but is totally okay with just arming people to make sure that other people are safe, is not the way to go. That's not the answer. We've been doing that for a while. It's not worked. So we need to do something else. And arming teachers is definitely not one of them. I don't want to have that liability. And I don't think anybody else does either. They just may not realize it because they're so terrified that people are going to take away their guns that they're just like, yes, do something else so that I'm not negatively affected. I know that there's going to be a lot of people, well, my kid's not going to do that, and, everything, my kid does great. There's no problems with my kid, so there should be no reason why teachers can't have guns because my kid's not going to be the problem. Okay, well, fine, your kid's not going to be the problem, but that doesn't mean that there's not going to be a kid somewhere that's going to have a problem, or that will cause a problem. It is going to happen. It has happened. It will continue to happen because we don't have any real way of effectively dealing with it, and we haven't, and we're not going to at the rate we're going, because right now it's just a shouting match. I'm saying I want more responsible ways of making sure that the people that are responsible with having guns have guns, and those that aren't don't. All I keep hearing from other people is, oh no, you want to take my guns. Don't take my guns. I really wish that we could have honest conversations about stupid crap like this. This is really stupid, and I can't even believe that I'm wasting a video on it. But I have to, because somebody needs to say something about it that is at least somewhat intelligible and maybe hopefully will get people thinking. That's where I'm at. I am frustrated and angry with the situation that we're in, that this is the end result. This is what we're going to do to solve it, without doing any statistical analysis to whether this will actually work or not. That solves the problem. Done it. We need to have honest conversations with regards to this. It's frustrating that we're not. It seems like gun violence is not being taken serious. DFTBA strangers, I will see you when I see you. Let's not plug a hole. Let's make a bigger hole so that instead of us losing a little bit of water, we'll lose a lot of water, and it'll be a lot better that way. Yeah, because, you know, when you're on a boat and you don't want water in the boat, you make a bigger hole so the boat goes down faster.